Hello, welcome to Zatu Games. Today I'm going to be giving you a preview of a Kickstarter game coming from Final Frontier Games, who did the magnificent Merchant's Cove, and that is Solani. Let's go take a look. Solani is a drafting game and tile placement game or tile laying game, much in the same lines as Azul or Calico, but with this really wonderful artwork, design and theme. In the game you are building the star constellations by placing these branch tiles and the constellation tiles. There are really simple rules for placing the tiles. You can only place next to a tile of the opposite type. So star clusters must go next to branch tiles that you've placed, and branch tiles must go next to star clusters. Now, you start the board with 4 of these red dark sky tiles. They do not count for placement as branch tiles, but they are key to some of the more interesting elements of the game. That is, do you go to surround them to score points from the special features, which give you other constellations pre-built to put on and potentially score points? Or do you kind of go for other things? Because you've got a number of things to look out for. You need to make sure you're scoring all your stars by having the right amount of branches going to them. This isn't a game about connecting everything. You want to be very specific about connecting things. And indeed, if you go down the planet routes, you don't want to have branches going into planets at all. Planet scoring is via familiar set collection of the same colour or all different colours. In fact, a lot about this game feels familiar, but not in a way that is boring or generic. It feels like the best of these elements have been taken and worked into a smooth and streamlined experience. This is a very confident design from Drake for his debut design. The gameplay is over 12 rounds, but it does go very fast because of the draft and then the simultaneous placement, and then you get to see if you've unlocked any special features. All the scoring is done at the end, and you generally keep track of what you've scored during the game. So although there is a little bit of counting up to do, you generally have an idea of what you're going to score the most for. I love the addition of the planets. It gives you something else to focus on. And this is a game that my wife has played a number of times with me, beating me all the time. I feel that if you were to compare it to other tile laying games, like Azul, because there's the drafting and the tile laying, then compared to the first Azul, then this is easier to get started with because of the speed of the tile placement. Like the tile placement is easier than the first Azul. That was always my struggle with the first Azul. And here you just place next to the opposite type of tile. Dead easy. Where the intricacy and complication comes is from the scoring of the various elements, and it works super well. Like I say, I've yet to win. So should you back this? Well, if you like tile laying games where you are constantly trying to work out the best place to put things, trying to decide when to ditch your early plan or whether to keep going for it. If you like tile laying games like Calico, where the scoring just makes those decisions really a nice way. I would say not quite as crunchy as Calico, but then I would say the theme is better integrated than Calico. Yes, it's cats and it's a nice theme and it's blankets, but it's hexes. This, you have the interest of the branches and the clusters and the planets, and it looks really gorgeous, and the artwork on the cards and the box is phenomenal. Then you're going to find a lot to like in this game. If you've liked an Azul, you're gonna love this game. If you like building perfect routes across a map and being able to place and fill every gap on your board, then you're not going to be able to do that here. there is going to have to be some changing of your plans, most likely. That, you know, you can always play for that perfect game, but it is likely you're going to have to change your plan. Something's going to go wrong, or you're going to have to make a decision to not get points that way and to divert into another way. And at the start, you know, that's fine. You can play a bit open, but as the spaces start to become tight, you forget that you wanted to leave that space for the last planet you needed. So you didn't want any branches going into it. And then you play a branch going into it, and you're like, oh no. So it's kind of that level of game. For me, I think this is brilliant. I think it's absolutely excellent. I think this is some of the best stuff, one of the best games that Final Frontier have put out. I think it carries on from, they're still on that peak of the mountain that they hit with Coloma and Merchant's Cove, and I think this carries on. I'm really interested in this whole series, the Pillars of the Earth, the kind of myths of creation and stuff like that, and I'm really glad to hear that they've done those, you know, gone about that in the right way. So if you like tile laying games, I think you're going to have a lot of fun with this game and a lot of satisfaction. It plays smoothly, it deals with multiple player counts really, really well, and through the Kickstarter, there's going to be some content that makes even more use of these dark sky tiles, which start out as blockers but could become so important to your strategy. Solani is just does everything that it does well. That's the drafting, the tile laying, the set collection. It doesn't put a foot wrong in any of those areas and brings them together in a delightful theme, in my opinion. And if you like games with those elements, then you are definitely going to find a lot to like here. If you're more of a planner, you want to do everything perfect, still have a look, but just bear in mind that it's not one of those games. Thanks for watching another Zatu video. Do remember to hit like and subscribe and ring the bell for notifications. If you want more content from us, we are also on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram and TikTok. We stream live on Twitch on Mondays lunchtimes from 12 PM. That's a solo board game. And we stream live from 9 PM on Fridays playing some video games. On Wednesdays from 8 PM on Facebook is our weekly live show. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you again next time.